Death is the inevitable destination of life, and funeral methods reflect human civilization's thinking about the end of life. From the simple treatment of primitive society to modern ecological burial, the evolution of funeral technology has witnessed the changes in technology, concepts, and ecological awareness. In primitive society, people's understanding of death was simple and direct. In the Paleolithic age, the ancestors may have simply buried the deceased or let them weather, but with the emergence of the concept of soul, funerals began to have a sense of ritual. For example, the Chinese Shangding cave people sprinkled hematite powder around the remains to symbolize the continuation of life. The ancient Egyptians developed complex mummification technology to pursue the eternal body. During the ancient civilization period, funeral methods gradually diversified. During the Shang and Zhou dynasties in China, a strict coffin system was formed, emphasizing resting in peace in the ground. In medieval Europe, influenced by Christianity, burial became the mainstream because the church believed that the body will eventually be resurrected. The modern industrial revolution and urbanization have exacerbated land shortages. In 1874, Italy invented the first modern crematorium, and cremation gradually became popular because of its hygiene and efficiency. But by the end of the 20th century, people began to reflect on the sustainability of traditional funerals and tree burials. An ancient yet new method re-entered the field of vision. The prototype of tree burial can be traced back to the wind burial or tree burial of primitive society, that is, placing the body on a tree, in a tree hole, or under a tree to weather naturally. It is common among nomadic, fishing, and hunting peoples, and originated from nature worship, prevention of wild animal intrusion, and ecological adaptation. After the agricultural society, tree burial was integrated into religion and folklore. For example, the world tree in Norse mythology symbolizes the cycle of life. Buddhism and Taoism regard Bodhi trees and pine and cypress as sacred, and some temples have the custom of planting trees with ashes. Ethnic minorities in southwest China, such as the Miao and Dong people, once used hanging coffin burial or cave burial, some of which were combined with trees. The ancients also believed that pine and cypress could protect the dead, so such trees were often planted in cemeteries. Australian Aborigines buried ashes under the totem tree, while the Congolese tribes in Africa buried babies or important people at the roots of the tree of life, believing that the soul would be reborn through the tree. In the late 20th century, increasing environmental awareness and tight land resources pushed tree burial from a traditional custom to a systematic ecological burial model and integrated modern technology to become a sustainable funeral option. Next, let's start with the way of handling the ashes of the deceased to gain an in-depth understanding of modern tree burial methods. Traditional tree burial is straightforward. The ashes of the deceased are directly buried under trees in biodegradable containers. These containers decompose in soil, aided by microorganisms and physical, chemical processes, turning ashes into tree nutrients. Some cemeteries choose species like pine and cypress, which have strong root systems, to better absorb nutrients from ashes, fostering tree growth and symbolizing new life. Implant type tree burial is more complex. First, ashes undergo special treatment and are placed in metal or other containers. Then, these containers are implanted into specific parts of trees. For example, in Haenen's experiment, ashes are disinfected and sealed in metal cans before being implanted into tree centers. Growth and nutrient solutions, along with multi-layer bandaging, help tree wounds heal, integrating the tree and ashes and allowing the deceased to merge with nature. Modern tree burial has drawn much attention mainly due to its environmental benefits. With rapid urbanization, land is scarce, and traditional burials consume vast amounts of land and resources. Tree burial offers a solution. Tree burial conserves land. In cities, it requires less space, reducing land consumption. By scattering or implanting ashes into trees, it promotes green living, protecting the environment and adding greenery. Growing trees beautify surroundings, improve air quality, and maintain ecological balance. Moreover, compared to traditional inhumation or cremation, tree burial causes less pollution, aligning with green ecology. As awareness of environmental sustainability grows, tree burial is becoming an increasingly popular green burial option around the world. However, for tree burial to truly become a widely accepted practice, several challenges still need to be addressed. Cultural traditions also play a key role in burial practices. In places like China, the belief in returning to the earth has been deeply rooted for centuries, making it difficult for some to embrace alternative burial methods. Changing these long-standing views takes time, but education and public awareness efforts can help. Promoting the environmental benefits of tree burial and highlighting its role in sustainable development may gradually shift perspectives, especially among younger generations, who tend to be more open to new ideas. At the same time, technological advancements are making tree burial more accessible and adaptable. Features like QR codes and NFC chips allow families to store and access information about their loved ones, creating a digital space for remembrance. Smart monitoring systems help ensure that burial sites remain ecologically healthy. These innovations not only enhance the overall experience, but also reinforce tree burial as a thoughtful and sustainable option. Wider adoption will also depend on policy support and economic incentives. Government subsidies for eco-friendly burials can lower financial barriers. With the right policies and infrastructure, tree burial could become an increasingly practical and appealing choice. Looking ahead, the future of tree burial is full of possibilities. As sustainability gains importance and technology continues to evolve, tree burial has the potential to become a mainstream practice. It offers a meaningful alternative to traditional burials, one that not only provides a peaceful resting place, but also allows life to continue in another form, deepening our connection with nature.